Hello members, this is the process of applying for the visa interview with the American Embassy. And normally, each student, international student, is required to book a visa interview with the American Embassy in your home country. The following documents are required before you begin the application process. Document number 1 is the I-20. Ask your institution where you intend to study to provide you with this document known as I-20, which indicates your legal status as an F1 student. And you are also required to have your passport, your local passport, and you are required to have 3 passport size photos with designated or legal standard passport size photos, 3 of them, and I advise that you have 6 for a backup. Once those documents are ready, then I'll advise that you visit the American Embassy website and familiarize with it. Familiarize with the tabs and know what each tab means. And then, when you feel comfortable filling out the questionnaire, then you can create your own account for the purpose of the application for the visa interview. After you create the account, then it will allow you to respond to the questionnaire for the purpose of providing your basic information like your biography, your college where you are going to study, the field of study, and the length, the period that is your study is going to cover. They will also want to know the funding source for your school fees, for your travel. They will want to know if you intend to travel abroad with some dependents, people who depend on you. Maybe you're a married person and you like to travel with your spouse or with some children who are still young and depend on you. So all that information, put it all together. And remember, when you are doing the application, the language that is used is normally standard American English. So you need to be familiar with the American English because sometimes terminologies are used differently as compared to your own home country, depending on what type of English you use. So when you are doing the visa application, if you know that you are not conversant with American English, then ask someone who is familiar to guide you. And remember, when you are completing this questionnaire, try to be consistent. Try to be consistent. What do I mean? Make sure you don't contradict yourself. Again, fill the questionnaire and respond to every individual question that you are asked and respond correctly and relevantly. After you have completed the questionnaire halfway, you will be required to pay for the visa interview before you can be allowed to select the dates and the time for the visa interview. So the system will not allow you to proceed until you have paid for the visa interview fee, and you are assigned a specific code or a number. And you will be required to use that number to provide the number so that the system can give you access to the scheduling section so that you can select convenient dates and time that are available for interview. And remember, Americans, even though they use a 12-month calendar, they write their dates differently, starting with the month, the day, the date, the month, the days, and then the year. So make sure that you don't get confused when you are booking for the interview. At the same time, the standard time that is used is a 24-hour clock. So make sure that you are also you understand the timing and you don't make errors when choosing your timing for convenience of logistics so that you don't miss your visa interview. You know the day and you are also on time. I advise that the day for the interview, arrive at the embassy 1 hour early. When you are filling the visa interview towards the end, they will ask you to identify the visa collection center. Normally, those are DHL offices in main cities, like capital cities. For example, in Kenya, it will be in Nairobi, so you have to choose a specific location. They have specified locations, so you make sure that you pick a location that is easy for you to collect your visa when it is ready. And it has to be a DHL office. At the same time, when the visa is ready, you will be notified via your email and you will be required to collect the visa document in person. Remember, at the day of interview, when you make it at the interview, you'll be asked to leave your passport with the immigration office, and your visa will be sent to the American embassy. Your passport will be sent to the American embassy, and the visa will be embossed on one page of your passport. And the passport, along with the visa inside, embossed in it, will be sent back to your country of origin. And you'll be notified that your visa has arrived. You can now pick it up. So you go and pick it up. And I already mentioned that on the day of your visa interview, don't forget to take with you approximately $200 American dollars. They require that you pay the money for the visa processing, which is almost an equivalent of $200 American dollars. So just take with you some money so that you are not stranded when they ask you to pay. I think that is all the process that is required to book for the visa interview. I only advise that if you know that you are not familiar with the computer system and also American language, English, I advise and encourage that find out centers that help people to book for visa interviews. Normally they charge some fee. You rather pay and be sure rather than do it yourself and mess up yourself. So I prefer that you ask a professional to help you in the event that you don't feel comfortable doing it, or you are not so familiar with the computer system and you are not familiar with the American English. And normally when you go for visa interview, it's a little bit tricky and technical, and I advise that ask someone to prepare you. And some people will charge you before they can prepare you on how to respond to visa questions. So you can reach out to people, network with them, and people can guide you. You can inbox me for further questions or any assistance that you may need. I ask you to share with friends, relatives, whom you feel this information is ideal and may benefit from it. Ciao.